20 years ago, Rachel Joy Scott's life was cut short in the Columbine shooting, but her legacy still lives on.
These are Rachel's quotes. People will never know how far a little kindness can go. I'm a warrior for Christ.
Look hard enough and you will always find a light. I have this theory that if one person can go out their way and show compassion, it will start a chain reaction of the same. People will never know how far a little kindness will go. These are some more of Rachel Joy Scott's quotes. Don't let your character change color with your environment. Find out who you are and let it stay its true color. Another one is, I won't be labeled as average. The last one is,
Compassion is the greatest form of love humans have to offer.
At a young age, Rachel traced her hands on the back of her dresser and wrote inside of them, "These hands belong to Rachel Joy Scott and will someday touch millions of people's hearts."
This is an essay written by Rachel Joy Scott called My Ethics, My Codes of Life. Ethics vary with environment, circumstances, and culture. In my own life, ethics play a major role, whether it was because of the way I was raised, the experiences I've had, or just my outlook on the world and the way things should be. My biggest aspects of ethics include being honest, compassionate, and looking for the best and beauty in everyone. I've been told repeatedly that I trust people too easily, but I find that when I put my faith and trust in people when others would not dare to, they almost never betray me. I would hope that people would put the same faith in me. Trust and honesty is an investment you put in people. If you build enough trust in them and show yourself to be honest, they will do the same in you. I value honesty so much, and it is an expectation I have of myself. I will put honesty before the risk of humiliation, before selfishness, and before anything less worthy of the gospel truth. Even in being honest and trustworthy, I do not come off cold and heartless. Compassion and honesty go hand in hand. If enough of each is put into every situation, I admire those who trust and are trustworthy. Compassion is the greatest form of love humans have to offer. According to Webster's dictionary, compassion means a feeling of sympathy for another's misfortune. My definition of compassion is forgiving, loving, helping, leading, and showing mercy for others. I have this theory that if one person can go out of their way to show compassion, then it will start a chain reaction of the same. People will never know how far a little kindness can go. It wasn't until recently that I learned that the first and the second and the third impressions can be deceitful of what kind of person someone is. For example, imagine you have just met someone and you speak with them 3 times on brief, everyday conversations. They come off as harsh, cruel, stubborn, and ignorant person. You reach your judgment based on just these 3 encounters. Let me ask you something. Did you ever ask them what their goal in life is? What kind of past they came from? Did they experience love? Did they experience hurt? Did you look into their soul and not just at their appearance? Until you know them and not just their type, you have no right to shun them. You have not looked for their beauty, their good. You've not seen the light in their eyes. Look hard enough and you will always find a light. And you can even help it grow if you don't walk away from these 3 impressions first. I am sure that my codes of life may be very different from yours. But how do you know that trust, compassion, and beauty will not make this world a better place to be in, and this life a better one to live? My codes may seem like a fantasy that can never be reached, but test them for yourself and see the kind of effect they have in the lives of people around you. You may just start a chain reaction.